Alright, I'll start.
There we go.
Alright, so two old boys went out fishing. And they was sitting on this bridge. There's one old boy from Louisiana and one old boy from Kentucky. The old boy from Louisiana says, man, I gotta piss. He hangs his pecker off the bridge and starts pissing. The old Kentucky boy's like, I piss too, and he hangs his pecker off the bridge and he starts pissing. The old boy from Louisiana says, man, this water sure is cold. And the Kentucky boy goes, yeah, it's deep too.
Well, I know somebody, at least one of you motherfuckers got a stray.
Somebody else, come on. Joke. Joke. Joke.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck off, you son of a bitch!
Is that your name?
Yeah, you said the last name wrong too. Still wrong.
Women's sports.
That's a good one. Alright, what is it?
Oh, fuck.
You're fucking reading this. Alright. I've heard it before.
Don't y'all
I've heard
split
it
that
before.
since there's a straight on the board?
Why are you sending pictures of me around?
I was about to say, I figured y'all would split that.
Yeah, that's actually a picture of me. I'm okay with that picture being spread around.
Yeah, or is it just straight on the board?
I got
anything
one.
like that, or
I
a
got
full
one.
house or something?
I got one. I was having sex with my girlfriend doggy style, and I pulled out.
Ah!
There was a plastic ring around my cock. She said it was her birth control thingy. I felt like I had won a carnival game.
I've heard the Army Ranger one, but you can go ahead and tell it. I'm not gonna ruin it or anything. No.
No one wants to hear it.
Any sex story from you is a joke, so.
Yeah, because it
Were
didn't
you gonna tell
happen.
the father and son doggy style joke?
The father and son doggy style joke. What the fuck?
Where he was talking, he was trying to teach his son, you know, about sex. Don't remember that? You
I
haven't heard that one?
don't know. Well, son, all you gotta do is this right here.
Well, it was a guy and his son walking down the street one day, and he saw two dogs having sex, you know. And the
Yeah.
kid's like, what's going on? He's like, well, son, I'm not gonna lie to you, they're making a puppy. He's like, well,
Is that
Yeah.
the joke?
the kid thought about it, he's like, okay. I'm like, what was it? Later on that week, son walked in on his parents having sex, alright? And then the kid didn't know what the hell was going on. And he's like, well, son, there's nothing you should be afraid of or anything. He's like, well, we were making a baby. He's like, well, flip her over next time. I want a puppy.
I've heard that one before.
That's a good one.
I have heard that one. If you don't know how to fucking tell it, don't tell it.
Oh, shit, 2 jacks.
Shut up, I'll tell it. I know the joke.
The fucking 3-hour-long joke.
Alright, so this grandpa and his grandson are out
I'm
fishing,
gonna
right?
go watch the movie, and it's gonna end before he gets done with this joke.
Hang
It's a
on.
good joke, I'm just saying.
The grandpa and his grandson are out fishing, right?
He's gonna tell his damn
But,
story. Shut up.
Alright. So, the grandpa reaches in the cooler and pulls out, he pulls out a sandwich. And he starts eating it, and the boy says, Grandpa, can I have a bite of that sandwich? He said, well, can you touch your asshole?
Oh yeah, I thought
And the boy says, well, no, Grandpa, it can't. He's like, well then no, you can't have a bite of my sandwich. He says, okay.
Fuck.
Later on, the old man pulls out a cigarette, starts smoking it. And the little boy says, Grandpa, can I have a puff of your cigarette? And he says, no. He says, well, can your dick touch your asshole? He says, no, Grandpa. He says, well, then you can't have a puff of my cigarette. Then he pulls out a beer, Grandpa does. The little boy looks up and said, Grandpa, can I have a drink of that beer? And he says, well, can your dick touch your asshole? He said, no, it can't, Grandpa. And, you know the story from there. But then the little boy pulls out a candy bar. The little boy takes a bite of the candy bar, and the grandpa says, hey, boy, can I have a bite of that candy bar? He says, well, Grandpa, can your dick touch your asshole? And the grandpa says, well, as a matter of fact, son, it can. He said, well, then go fuck yourself, Grandpa.
I thought you were gonna do like the fishing one. You know, the fish and the bear and all that shit.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I heard that one.
That one does take forever.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it's a good joke, and it
It
takes
is
for
good.
hell and ever to say.
What the fuck you raising for,
I'll
damn it?
tell that one too, shit.
No, I mean, he's got fucking pocket
Why not?
pears.
Let me light my pipe.
Had a bit
Yeah.
of a fan.
Anyways, alright, let me tell y'all another fishing joke. There's this fisherman sitting on a bank, right? Well, let me start with the fish, actually.
Hey,
Me.
Probably, oh, never mind then.
No, I've heard of it, if that's the one I'm thinking about.
Alright. It's about the fly, the fish, the fisherman, the cat, and the bear. Alright, yeah, never mind. It is really funny. Alright. So there's a fly buzzing around, and this fish is looking up out of the water. Fish looking up out of the water.
Yep.
Says, if that fly drops 6 inches, I can jump up and catch that fly and have myself a nice meal. Well, in the river, there's a bear watching the fish. This is where it starts to get long-winded.
Yeah.
And the bear looks at the fish, and he says, if that fly drops 6 inches and that fish comes up for it, I'll have myself a nice meal. And over in the woods is a hunter. And he's watching the bear. And he says, if that fly drops 6 inches, that fish is going to jump up, that bear's going to go for the fish, and I'm going to have myself a nice meal. Well, behind the hunter, on a branch of the tree, is a mouse. And the mouse says, if that fly drops 6 inches, that fish is going to jump up for the fly. The fish is going to get caught by the bear. The hunter's going to shoot the bear. The hunter's going to drop his sandwich, and I'm going to have myself a nice meal. Well, behind the mouse is a cat. and the cat says, if that fly drops 6 inches, that fish is going to go for that fly. That bear's going to go for that fish. That hunter's going to shoot that bear. That mouse is going to go for that sandwich, and I'm going to have myself a nice meal. Sure enough, eventually, that fly dropped down 6 inches. That fish grabbed the fly. The bear grabbed the fish. The hunter shot the bear. The hunter dropped his sandwich, and the mouse went for the sandwich. But when the cat jumped for the mouse, it overshot and fell in the water. That just goes to show you, every time a fly drops 6 inches, a pussy gets wet.
Nice. I think as soon as you end that story, I ended up winning. Thank you.
I feel like that might have been a little too long-winded for some of you.
No. Usually, you were my distraction right there that whole entire time.